conducive to stroke making. So it will be a little bit tricky to determine what would be a good target to set on this wicket. But we see Currency being able to rotate the strike, which is one of the hallmarks of his batting. And as long as he continues to get that done, I'm pretty sure that he will become more fluent as he progresses in his innings.
Straw again coming from our commentary booth end. Shortish and trying to get this bar into the mid-wicket area, coming off the upper part of the bat, not timing it cleanly, but he gets another single. Miles, at what age did you start playing cricket?
Too young to remember. I came out of a cricket-loving family, so all my uncles, my grandfather, I remember playing cricket with my grandfather, but I can't give you a specific age.
Shallow given some with a well pitched up delivery and goes hard down to a wideish long over, gets a single. Their total moves to 45 for 1, and it really seems like business early this morning on our sumptuous Sunday morning special here Alanson. We look as if we're going to have 3 really good cricket games, because all 3 games have some semblance of importance to the players.
And there's Currency. He's going through the point era. You collect 2 comfortable runs. And yes, as you were saying, Roxel, the pitch, this one has a bit more pace, and definitely it will lend itself to more stroke play. And we can see with that last single that Shallow got, he's actually now the joint highest scorer in the tournament. He has tied up with Lyndon James, who had 2 good innings in his first 2 games.
Bad miss there by the person, the Williams there in extra cover position. Currency getting into his stride, is stroking. You can see his legs are moving, and it looks as if this is going to be ominous. If these 2 batsmen stay there for another 2-3 overs, we could be looking at a really decent total for the Botanical Garden Rangers, Miles.
Yes, and if the feeling of the Dvr Explorers continues in this vein, then they are likely to get quite a few more than 104. As I mentioned, these 2 batsmen are very experienced, and once they settle, once they get in, they will not be giving their wickets away.
Halfway stage, 48 for 1, a partnership of 35 between these 2. Currency is on 10, Shallow is on 24, and we have Silroy Williams taking up the attack from the Beckway end. Miles, we didn't have T10 cricket in your time. You might have relished this format.
Definitely would have. I'm still looking forward to getting a touch.
I see you let the cat out of the bag there, playing for the President's 11 on finals day.
Hopefully, once I am fit and ready.
Another run. Another single there to Currency's tally. 2, that is. It was Shallow. Okay, so 2 more to the total. 51 for 1. Williams is coming again. He goes into the cow corner area. That's a lovely stroke. That's what we call up here a sunset smasher. Shallow is on the way, and he's piling up the runs there. Definitely a surface that is conducive to good cricketing shots, Miles and Alanson.
Yes, and we can see, as I mentioned before, that he's feeling quite confident, and we know him as a batsman. You know, once he gets going and he gets set, it will be very difficult to uproot out of that crease. He loves batting.
Definitely does. These 2 players are very good players of spin bowling. They definitely will be taking the attack to this young, inexperienced player.
And that was a diamond ball being bowled there. Very valuable in this format. No run scored, and Williams again. changing his length and varying it a little bit there. The last delivery is not a bad comeback after being dispatched for a 6, a sunset smasher. We have completed 6 overs. The total is 59 for 1, just on the 10 ones and over, keeping it going. And with wickets in hand, they could really be looking at a very, very challenging first innings total here.
And they're now on 58 runs, this partnership, and that takes them to the highest partnership, joint highest, 59 runs, I am corrected, and that takes them to the highest partnership for the tournament thus far. And again, in a case of T10 cricket, although you only have 10 overs, it's very telling when you have batsmen who stay in and build a partnership, because they can be very destructive once they are set.
So we have Darren Graves on the attack now from the commentary booth, and he's one of the leading wicket takers in the competition. He has 4 wickets prior to this game at an average of 8, an economy of 8, and he said earlier that he has been working on his other aspects of the game. Lovely shot in front of a point. Is he going to get it? Yes, the fielder comes around from the cover boundary, and Currents, that's shallow, gets 2 more, and they're looking really, really good, this pair.
And you can see that Shallow is struggling a little bit. He seems to be carrying a bit of an injury. This morning we saw him in warm-ups with his left foot very heavily strapped.
Nice, delicate shot. It's as delicate as the architecture that is required. That was required to build the Roman Catholic church in Kingstown. Again, his repertoire coming out here, Shallow, Miles.
Yes, and you can also see that the 2 players have settled into their roles. Shallow will be the aggressor, and Currency, you know, would turn over the strike and prepare to bat deep into the inning.
Again, good cricket, sensible cricket here by these 2. And as you say, they're playing to their strengths, basically.
Yes, you would definitely say that. And it will be interesting to see where this innings ends.
That's gone over corner into, well, just in front of the Mike Finley Pavilion for Samantha, what we have called the Sunset Smasher. Oh my word! And they're really getting into their groove here. 71 for 1 after 7 overs, keeping that pace. I think we are looking at 120 if this continues. Carnage, I'm not saying carnage that it's actually getting out of hand, but they're keeping that momentum. They're building the innings. Another 3 overs. They stay there. They could push on because they're all of 9 wickets in hand, Miles.
Correct. And this is exactly what Currency will look to do. He will back himself once the ball is in an area where he is confident. And there we see the demise of Shallow, which is understandable given that he had taken up the role of the aggressor. We will definitely see a change in tempo from Currency, given his experience.
Well, the Dark View Explorers definitely needed this reprieve, something, a little time to rethink what's going to happen in the next 2 overs and 5 balls that remain in their bowling innings. But a good partnership by Shallow and Currency of I make it. I'll get that start for you, but they're still working at a run rate of 9.91 and looking really. A partnership of 58, a partnership of 58, of which Currency has contributed 18 and Shallow contributed 36. So a really good partnership in the scheme of things here.
Yes, definitely. And as I mentioned, these 2 are expected to be the mainstay of the Rangers batting.
Kevin Abraham has joined Romel Currency, and he's on strike. That one is beating both batsman and keeper down the leg side. It's signal wide by umpire Butler. 2 more added. And it's now 73 for 2.
And you can see that young Williams was trying to spare that into his leg stump.
Yes, we see the value again of a leg spinner.
This is struck over the bowler down to mid-off position by Currency. He gets 2. And yes, the variety is required in any sort of cricket. And in this cricket, once you have that control as a leg spinner, you are very, very, very valuable.
Correct. Leg spinners have come to the fore in the shorter formats, being able to take wickets consistently. And into his second over, Williams has already taken a big catch in that of the wicket of Shallow.
Driven again through the legs of Williams down to long off. Once more coming around there is Martin. Does a pretty good fielding and gets it in to the bowler Williams. Miles, I think you used to try some off spin, is off break, something like that, and operative mode is try.
I did try, preferably with the red ball and not so much the white.
Guess you have been too risky with the white ball.
Definitely too risky.
Williams take a little bit of time. He is. That's Kevin Abraham trying to go. It looks like over long on, and in the process, he has been dismissed. His stumps have been disturbed, and Williams has picked up his second wicket. As you were saying, Mr. Bascom, very, very valuable leg spinners who can definitely hit that mark and be consistent.
Yes, he has used that change of length very well. When he gets it full, it's quite full, and it's very difficult to get under, and that is what Abraham was trying to do there. He was almost yorked.
Yes.
And if we remember Abraham's first delivery that he faced up to, I think Williams was trying to do the same thing.
Yes.
He may have seen something in his technique, and of course, knowing that these are the last few overs, you would know that Abrahams would want to go over the top. And he kept that one very full and yorked him on that occasion.
So that means we're seeing some intelligent cricket by a youngster who is probably inexperienced in this version.
Definitely.
So we have Kenneth Demba. He is now the new batsman. Drives through the mid-wicket area. He's going to get over the mark very quickly. And although they've lost 3 wickets, they're still scoring just under 10 runs and over, which is good for the unit, is Botanical Gardens, as they continue to pile up their first innings total here.
Yes, the onus is going to be on Currency now to try to bat as close to the end as possible, carrying that momentum with him.
He goes back past the bowler. Is this going into the boundary? No. Martin comes around, does good work, and the Currency gave himself room. He premeditated going long and hard down the ground, and succeeded in getting one more. So at the end of over number 8, 78 for 3, 12 balls. Give us an idea of what you think may be the total that they would end on.
Well, I think given the start that they had, they'll be disappointed with anything under 100, and there's a possibility that they can go beyond that. But I would say that their par score would be 100 runs. And given the partnership that we had between Shallow and Currency, I think that anything under that they'll be very disappointed. And of course, Lyndon James's Darkview Explorers will be very happy to chase anything under 100.
Darren Graves bowling over number 9. Currency goes over the man at short, man, and goes into the boundary for 4. As you did say, Miles. Short fine leg, my bad. Yes, again losing the thought here. Short fine leg. Miles, you did say Currency is going to up the ante.
Yes, I expect that he will take on Darren Graves this over. He definitely prefers to go after the spin bowling. Graves not offering much in terms of the seat. He will be bowling darts, essentially trying to get them into the wicket, make it difficult for Currency to hit through the line, which is his preferred hitting area.
And Currency showing his experience here, making sure that the fielders get back into their position before he sets to face again. This one, he goes through mid-wicket, one bound into the boundary. That's another 4, and he is going, and he's going hard here, Romel Currency. He moves on to 30. The total is 86 for 3.
And we can see here, when you have a look at the tactics here by James, I think James knows Currency very well, and I think that if he had the option of a pace ball in this over, it might have been a better option.
Yes, Romel would definitely take on the spinner. And we can see that the bowler, even though he has been dispatched with 2 backup length deliveries, he still opts to keep that length because he knows that there is no value for him further up the wicket.
And his field placing, he has a 3-man line in the boundary on the onside as well. He's going to bowl to Demba now. Sensibly played by Demba, just behind square, and gets a single, gets back Currency on strike. And this is what we were talking about in the first couple of days. Sensible cricket is important. You rotate the strike on the good deliveries, and you try to dispatch the bad ones.
Yes, that is definitely true, and we can see that is a plan ahead.
He mistimes this one, coming around from the deep square leg boundary. Looks like Martin. He takes the catch, and Currency goes, but for a valuable innings of 31, and the Botanical Garden Rangers 88 for 3 with 7 legitimate deliveries to go.
Yes, Currency was always going to take on the spinner here. Though he was dispatched for a couple boundaries all in the over, Graves stuck to his guns in terms of the length that he wanted to bowl at Currency, and eventually it brought him the wicket.
And you could see that he had a clear plan. He was going into the pitch, and he knew that he had his deep fielders on the onside, and he was just depending on one to be mistimed, which he eventually succeeded in doing, and picking up the wicket of Currency. There was Graves. The new batsman is Keswick Williams.
Just one. Nice, good work.
He's off the mark straight away. Keswick fancies himself a big hitter, and he definitely has an opportunity here to show some value at the bat. He might be making he might be trying to show himself up as an all-rounder of sorts. Alan, sir.
Yes, well, I don't know many bowlers who don't like batting, and I don't know many bowlers who don't think they can bat. And I guess Keswick comes into that category. But definitely at this level, he really should be able to handle himself and acquit himself properly with the bat. And I know he will be going after this over, so it'll be interesting with the pace of Martin, especially on this pitch, to see how he goes.
Okay, so my mistake, that was Demba actually who got that single. Williams was off strike.
So it's Martin to bowl the final over of this innings, and just as yesterday started, it looks as if we're going to have a really, really tremendous game. Sumptuous Sunday special, T10 Cricket, Vincy Premier League, and we're coming to you live from the Arnsville playing field in the natural place to be, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's a good shot. Is it going? Yes, it's gone all the way over lawn for a sunset smasher. This is Demba on the attack, and they're very close to achieving that 100, Allenson and Miles. They 110 would be a handy total for them to defend.
Yes, that was a cardinal error by Martin in the death over, serving up what is pretty much a half volley.
Whips it through mid-wicket. Is the fielder coming around from backward square going to get it? Yes, he gets one, and they complete 2. Good running as well, and some good fielding on the boundary there as well.
Yes, and as mentioned, that one he adjusted his length accordingly, and he was much fuller than the first delivery. I think he's aiming to be as full as possible, and that one in the first delivery, he just found himself a couple of feet short, and Demba was able to get under it and dispatch it over long on.
Driving down to long off, gets a single.
So good length there by Martin.
Total moves to 99, 98 for 4 with 3 deliveries to go.
Yes, a much fuller length, more of the length that he is looking to bowl. So he has gotten 2 out of 3 so far, Anderson.
Yes, I would think that is his plan for this over. Let's see if he will change it with a different batsman on strike, but I think that most likely will be his plan for the rest of the over, to keep it full and straight.
On he goes through mid-wicket, looking for 2. Are they going to push? Yes, there you go. And a really good running. Really good running by these batsmen. They were pressured, and we now move on to 100 in 9.4 overs, and from 61 deliveries in 40 minutes with 7 fours and 4 sixes.
So can they surpass the highest score for the tournament thus far, 109? They would need 2 lusty blows of these 2 deliveries. And we can see that Keswick was almost dismissed there. If Lyndon had struck the stumps with his return, then Keswick would have been run out. That one was a wide down the leg side, and they were trying to add to that by crossing over.
Yes, Martin has to be quite accurate. Any room outside of 2 straight missing leg stump, the balls can be easily clipped past what is a short third man and a short fine leg.
One is a full toss into the body, gets 1 again through mid-wicket area, widish, and they're gonna get 2. Moves on to 103. You can see the arms are out there by Williams. Is it? Or Demba? He's wondering whether that was a waist-tight no ball. Nothing from the umpires. They're having a mid-wicket discussion now, as there's 1 more ball to come. Miles, what would this talk be about?
They would definitely be indicating that they would try to get as many as they can, even if the ball doesn't go across the rope. They would try to run as many as they could get.
The extra cover position, but the fielder comes around, does really good work, releases it quickly so that the batsman doesn't have an opportunity to get a second. They end on 104 for 4. I believe we are in for a really good chase in the second innings of match number 1 on our sumptuous Sunday special.
So yes, we see that they were not able to surpass the highest score of the tournament, but definitely a good score, 104 of 10 overs. And we can see that as the tournament goes on, the batsmen, they are getting into better form, and they are getting more comfortable with what is required in the T10 format. It will be the first time that most, if not all, the players are playing in this type of format, so they take a little bit of time to wrap around their approach and to actually work out how they will go about it.
Yes, I think Martin finished well, apart from that 1 delivery where he missed the mark. 5 out of 6. The captain definitely would take that. So he finished well. A score of 104. Competitive target. Competitive. Likely we would see Lyndon James opening the batting again. He has been the mainstay of the batting for the Dark US Explorers. Definitely, if they are going to go far into this competition, he would need to have a few more persons putting up their hand and contributing. I would think that Lyndon would still see the score as gettable, but it would definitely take some work from their batting lineup.
Well, yesterday they got 1 less than this total in chasing 109. They got to 103. They lost by 6 runs. So it is within their batting team's ability, albeit it's against another different unit.